So greetings from the woods today. Today we're not at the farm. Had a little trip to the woods planned, and my daughter was going to be with me, but she ended up playing with her cousins instead. We were setting up for the garage sale this coming weekend. She wanted to stay and play, so I had a little bit before it's time to run and help Matt move to a new field, drive him back and forth so he can get everything he needs to move there. And I decided to run off to the woods. So do we have any mushroom hunters out there? I grew up, it was a family thing. We went out and we mushroom hunted. My mom, especially, her family grew up going mushroom hunting in the springtime is a big thing. And it was something, it was fun to go, and the whole family would even go a few times with my aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody. So my brother likes to mushroom hunt. Sometimes now when I'm back home where I'm from, he and my mom and I go to the woods, and his kids and whoever's around. So it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a family tradition, and I love to eat them. I'm curious if you like mushrooms. And the mushrooms I'm talking about are the ones you can find in the woods in the springtime. Normal people call them, I'm trying to think, snakeheads and morels. My family has always called the snakeheads, we called them blacktops, and the morels we call sponges. So right now I'm finding a few little yellow sponges in the woods. I was very pleased. I stepped into the woods, and right away I started seeing these, which these are some of the, not this little guy. This is one of the biggest ones I found this year so far. They're definitely getting bigger. They have been teeny tiny so far. So I'm hoping they keep getting bigger and easier to find, because they are not very easy to find. So let's see. My tips. Best tip for mushroom hunting. I'm curious if any of you know like the science of the woods. Like, you need to look around these trees, and you need to look when the soil temperature is. Oh, I thought I saw one, but I don't. Is whatever. I'm curious if you know the science of where to find mushrooms. Let me know. I would love to know. We just kind of wander around and look. Once we have our spots where we know to find them, we go and check those spots every year and every time we go to the woods. But my best tip for finding mushrooms, I'll give you two. One, you have to stop and look around. Just stop and scan. Look close to your feet, look far away, stop and look. And my better tip is you have to squat. Now, if your knees are like not cool with squatting anymore, you can sit on a log and look around. But when you get down low and look, it is totally different perspective, and sometimes they just pop right out of nowhere, and you never would have seen them if you were standing up. So there's my best mushrooming tip. It's not like rocket science or anything. How to eat mushrooms. So you'll have to let me know in the comments how you like to cook your mushrooms, if you like to eat fresh mushrooms from the woods. Our standard go-to is just dip them in flour, shake off the extra, and then fry them on both sides in butter with a generous helping of salt. So nothing's better than that in the springtime. So I'm curious if you'll be able to hear the traffic going by. There's a road not too far from here, but I hope you also can hear some of the birds. Mushrooms are my reason to run off to the woods in the springtime, but there is not much that's as good a medicine as just taking a break out of your day and going out in nature. So if you don't have any place to go like this, find a public woods. I'm in a public woods right now. Find a public woods, find a park where you can go walk, spend a little time in nature. It is good for the soul. I actually, this is a little bit off topic, but I was watching a podcast not too long ago. I think you normally listen to podcasts, right? I was listening to a podcast, and the guy who was talking was an AA sponsor. And he said anytime one of his people call him upset about something, he tells them, I want to talk to you about this. I want to help you, but I want you to go take a walk outside for 1 hour and then call me and we'll talk. And he said, never fails. After that 1 hour walk outside, nothing is ever as big of a deal as it was before. So if you're having a rough day, if you're stressed, tired, not feeling the greatest, I know getting out and walking isn't really something you may want to do, but I think it is impossible to come to the woods and go home feeling the same or worse than when I came. I always feel better. So, there's our lesson for today. Get outside, go take a little walk in nature, and maybe you'll find some mushrooms if it's still spring, if it's still warm where you're at. Enjoy. I'm going to keep mushrooming. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.